What if the most powerful AI ever built was already online, and nobody told you? Right now, something bizarre is unfolding in the AI world. The kind of quiet chaos that only happens when someone really doesn't want the truth getting out. On one side of the story, a completely unannounced AI model called Horizon Alpha appears out of thin air on OpenRouter. No press release, no blog post, no creator name, just anonymous slapped onto the author field, as if it materialized from nowhere. On the other side, a couple of GitHub repositories briefly flash into existence with cryptic names, YOFO Wildflower and YOFO Deep Current, before vanishing almost as quickly as they appeared inside them. What looks suspiciously like full configurations for enormous GPT-style open-source models. And here's where the conspiracy alarm bells start ringing. The timing between these two events is way too perfect to be an accident. Let's rewind to July 31st. Horizon Alpha is quietly dropped into the wild, and within hours, it's sitting at the top of EQBench, a benchmark notorious for testing creative reasoning, emotional nuance, and long-form coherence. Not just facts and math, but the kind of deep flowing intelligence where most models stumble. Horizon Alpha didn't just edge past its competition, it obliterated them. And then, the leaks, the repositories, both carrying that mysterious YOFO tag, one labeled GPT-OSS20B, the other GPT-OSS120B. That acronym isn't subtle. GPT open source software, and the names, Wildflower and Deep Current, like two halves of the same architectural family. Now imagine this, Horizon Alpha acting like an ultra-fast base layer brain, while the YOFO models are the open-weight siblings built for mass developer adoption. The pieces start to fit together. Oh, and fast might be an understatement. Horizon Alpha spits out roughly 150 tokens per second, processes 256,000 tokens of context, and handles vision, reasoning, and spatial logic simultaneously. One test involved nothing more than a children's book page. Read the text and do what it says, and it executed perfectly. So here's the real question. Is this a happy coincidence, or the first stage of OpenAI's biggest strategy shift in years? Section 2. Architecture Clues and Technical Shockers. Here's where things get seriously strange. Horizon Alpha doesn't just feel like an advanced model. It behaves like a carefully engineered foundation, the kind you'd only see if you were building something even bigger on top. And the leaked YOFO repositories. They might be the missing blueprints. The YOFO Deep Current config described a model weighing in at a jaw-dropping 120 billion parameters. But here's the twist. It's built as a mixture of experts. That means, instead of activating all parameters for every query, it only lights up a small set, about 5 billion at a time. The result? Ridiculous speed, low memory footprint, and costs that make it far cheaper to run than traditional giants of its size. That alone could explain why Horizon Alpha feels so snappy despite its complexity. But the leaks revealed something even more mind-bending. FP4 precision. Most large AI models are trained in FP16 or FP8. FP4 is half that. Smaller numbers mean far less memory required, but also far more risk of losing precision and wrecking training stability. Pulling it off without catastrophic errors is something the AI world has been chasing for years. A holy grail of efficiency. If the leak is real, this model could be loaded with just 60 GB of VRAM instead of the 240 GB you'd normally expect. That means, in theory, a high-end gaming PC could run one of the largest AI brains ever created, locally. No cloud needed. Of course, skeptics argue it's more likely the model was trained in FP16 and then compressed down to FP4 afterward. A process called quantization. Impressive, yes, but not as revolutionary as training in FP4 from the start. Still, there's a catch. The leaked files don't show any quantization steps. No mention of post-processing. Nothing. If that's deliberate, then we might be staring at a massive breakthrough in how AI will be trained and deployed going forward. One that would make AI faster, cheaper, and far more accessible than anyone thought possible. And here's the kicker. Horizon Alpha isn't even aligned. It doesn't push back on bad ideas. It stumbles on simple math traps, all classic signs of a raw base model. Which begs the question, are we looking at an early, unpolished version of GPT-5? Section 3. OpenAI's pressure and competitor threats. To really understand why this could be happening, you have to look at the pressure cooker OpenAI is sitting in right now. In the past year, the company has been hit from all sides. The collapse of their $3 billion deal to acquire Windsurf wasn't just embarrassing, it was strategic failure. Anthropic backed out, Microsoft reportedly blocked the move to protect GitHub Copilot, and in the middle of the chaos, Google swooped in and grabbed Windsurf's top engineers. On top of that, whispers are growing louder about OpenAI restructuring into a fully for-profit company, chasing a staggering $40 billion in funding. The catch: there's a $20 billion penalty clause if certain milestones aren't hit. That's not nice to have money. That's we need a blockbuster launch yesterday. Money. Meanwhile, rivals aren't sitting still. In China, Alibaba's QN3 thinking is already beating OpenAI and Google in reasoning and code generation benchmarks. Moonshot AI has rolled out a trillion parameter agent. Z.AI is climbing the global rankings with GLM 4.5, now sitting in the top 3 across both open and proprietary models. Europe's not quiet either. Mistral is putting out highly optimized, small footprint open models that run on consumer hardware. Their DFRO model for coding tasks has developers buzzing. And here's the uncomfortable truth. These companies aren't just experimenting. They're releasing polished, aligned models with clear use cases. Models that ship. If OpenAI wants to stay ahead, they can't just drop another incremental upgrade. They need a shockwave. Something so fast, so capable, and so accessible, that it changes the conversation overnight. That's why Horizon Alpha feels like more than just an experiment. Whether it's GPT-5 in disguise, or the testbed for an open-source GPT-OSS family, it's the kind of move you'd make if you needed to capture developer mindshare right now. But there's still one more layer to this mystery, and it's hiding in plain sight. Closing. Here's what keeps me up at night. Horizon Alpha is still topping EQ Bench. Developers keep poking at it, finding new capabilities. It's solving spatial puzzles, writing clean HTML from vague prompts, interpreting mixed text and image inputs without breaking stride, and doing it all instantly. And yet, it has no official identity. No blog post, no OpenAI branding on the release page. Just a ghost model at the top of the charts. Meanwhile, the leaked YOFO configs are gone, but not forgotten. Screenshots, archived copies, and community chatter have preserved enough details to keep the theories alive. Some people believe the 20B and 120B YOFO models are a two-tier open-source play. Others think Horizon Alpha is the polished creative variant, while YOFO Deep Current is the stripped-down developer workhorse. Or, and this is the wildest theory, they're all just fragments of GPT-5 being quietly tested in the wild. That OpenAI is gathering real-world performance data without the hype, the scrutiny, or the expectations that a GPT-5 label would instantly create. And here's the thing, whatever this is, it's big. If Horizon Alpha really is a base model without alignment, then at some point soon, we're going to see a tuned safety aligned, possibly even open weight version drop. And when that happens, the AI landscape shifts overnight. So, is OpenAI about to go open source? Or are they hiding something even more groundbreaking under the surface? One way or another, they've made one thing clear. They're not done surprising us. Drop your theories in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want to be here when the next big AI bombshell drops, you know what to do. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and maybe keep an eye on OpenRouter, just in case.